Like I said, Clemson just brought it all the way around. They outcoached us and they outplayed us. And they just brought more effort. Look at 99 right here. Shoot past everybody. Straight back here to Tour. Look at him. Look at him. Just go back there. Come back here and holler at us. Just come back here. Jonah just led him through. Look at Jonah. Look at Jonah. I'm just chilling. You can go past too. What Jonah doing? I want this guy at the back of the end zone. What was Jonah doing? 2nd and 10. Second play from Jalen Hurts. Look at the effort again. They only sending 3, so it's going to be hard to pass on the defense when you dropping 8 players back. Jay Will's going to knock this guy off the line. So really they bringing 2 players because this guy going to get knocked off the line from the jump. So they really bringing 2 players. This guy go drop back in the coverage. They going to bring these 2 middle players against 4 Alabama linemen. Watch the effort. Watch how Alabama line just standing up at the end of the play and how them boys still trying to finish this game strong. Look at the effort. Look at the effort. Look at the effort. Look at our players and look at that. 3 players on our quarterback while 4 of our players standing around walking. Man, but you can get out of here, man. This guy think he a human Power Ranger. Out here blasting Miley Cyrus, doing splits like a female and grabbing other guys' genitals. You know what that spell. But don't never try to snap on my camera. Your team played good ball, but you'll never get respect from me, man. Out here grabbing guys' balls. And I ain't talking the damn balls in the sport. Man, hold up. Just kill the tape. Just kill the tape, man. First off, Clemson, good game. Congrats. This is not a video or video series on how we beat ourselves or got robbed or blaming the refs, etc. This video, like all my other videos, is for Bama fans, but welcome to be viewed by others. This video is to show my fan base what really happened on our end. I admit and accept defeat. Can't win them all. I'm cool with that. You win some and you lose some, but we live. We live to fight another day while yelling "Roll Tide" in a hater's face. Forget looking at more video. We saw the game. Just listen up. Sit back and relax. And let Mr. Facts Over Opinions explain what really happened. Clemson had a focused defensive unit led by seniors who were draft ready but declined for this moment. Everybody on Clemson defense was a junior or senior but 2 players. Imagine if our upperclassmen came back as well, like Minka or Ronnie, to help a defensive backfield that lost every player. We lost all 6 of our DBs. Not only did we lose our whole defensive backfield, but our #1 cornerback this year was hurt for the year, which was Diggs, which forced Bama to play Savion Smith all season, knowing these teams was gunning for him for big plays. What if Deron Payne was still holding down the middle alongside the Bandit? Add injuries to our top 3 pass rushers to an already unproven unit, and it's going to be hard for anyone. We lost a record 12 players to the draft and 4 to season-ending injuries. Top cornerback and top 3 pass rushers. And it all mattered versus Clemson. No pass rush in our secondary was abused, though they targeted one side. Credit Clemson staff, they knew our weakness. That's coaching. To be honest, I would have thrown every ball that game towards Savion. That's what film is for, to find tendencies and flaws, and they found it. And I've been saying this all year. Rewatch my videos. If we had the defense we had for the last couple of years, we still kick ass this game. All we needed was a couple stops, and we couldn't get any. This is another reason we had to abandon the run game that was actually working for a change. Clemson didn't care to stop the run game. Clemson's whole preparation was to minimize Tua. Clemson had a free 3rd down play all game. Whenever on 3rd, go at #4. Long as Clemson keeps scoring, the running game would matter even less. They averaged 20 yards on 3rd, all to one side, Smith's side. And the time he made a stop, it was because of pass interference, and they flagged us on it, which was obvious and called. Another reason, speaking of players leaving too early, hell, Bama coaches is too. Our coaches like NCAA basketball 5-star recruits. Everybody one and done. We need to make some special contracts to kill this bull. If we had the same staff working on the same Clemson team and offensive scheme for the last 4 years, they probably wouldn't even be able to move the ball an inch by now. But we piecing a new staff together yearly with no familiarity with the team we facing like they have on us. They got a family of coaches year in and year out there working on one plan, how to beat Bama. Hell, we trying to win our talent. I'm just keeping it all the way real because we let recruiters call our plays. That's basically saying we feel anybody can win with these boys. Tosh is a great recruiter, but defensive coordinator, come on, man. Sometimes you just got to stick with what you're good at. And let's be honest, he don't have the talent like we had the last couple years. Statistically, one of the best defenses of all time 2 years ago. I get that. But when you on the 1 yard line and you call a stunt to run the bandit from the middle where he dominated as a line stuffing, snap jumping, hole clogging dog to run him around the end on the 1 yard line, that lets me know either you drunk or freaking retarded. Never in your freaking life, not once but never, can you do that on the 1 yard line. That crap would have got you fired or demoted under my watch. I don't have to see nothing else. That play lets me know that you're a great recruiter and you need to stay a great recruiter. I told Coach Nick that Coach Locks was going to look good with Tua and the crew this year, but he failed in the big chess matches this year. The one play big shots with money and well designed with Mr. Accuracy throwing lasers, but the timeliness of the call during the tough stretches were horrific. Again, like I said about the Jalen situation with Locks, you can never say I changed up. I said it from the beginning, Locks go look great, but let's see what he really can do when it's time to really make some real calls. Opposed to just having this great looking young crew that I call the weapons of mass destruction. What can you actually do when we need certain calls, certain plays, certain situations at certain times? You never really came through when you was really pressured. If Dable, Kiffin, or Sark had Tua, y'all will probably be calling them some of the best offensive coordinators ever. I never was on the Locks bandwagon. As soon as we was getting ready to hire him and I went to check him out, it just didn't impress me, just being 100. At Illinois, he was 2-9 as an OC. Second year as an OC, 2-10. Third year, 9-4. Fourth year, 5-7. Went to Maryland. First year as an OC, 4-8. Second year, 7-6. Third year, 7-6. Next year, 3-9. In a season where he moved up to the interim head coach, 3-9. As a head coach, he 3-31. So I was never on his bandwagon. He had to prove to me. I felt it was just a move because of his recruitment power. Same with Tosh. So we basically just got recruiters, unproven recruiters, calling our plays. We got unproven recruiters at the most crucial parts of our offense and defense coordinators that's going up against proven coordinators and trying to beat them. Tosh can't match up with Clemson defensive coordinator unless we talking about recruitment battles. Come on, man. Clemson was designing plays just for us. We ain't do nothing funky versus them. We had to blitz the whole team just to get pressure. We didn't have none of their tendencies down pat or certain schemes or plays designed to bait them into certain situations. We didn't have nothing fresh for them. And I know we had to get ready for Oklahoma first, but hell, we got 500 coaches out there. Somebody could have been getting ready for Clemson. You know they've been getting ready for us since last year. They know they had to come see us. And just say a guy ain't got the same talent, but when you calling plays like we was calling, no, you got to blame that on the inexperience or the fact that this is just way over your head. Now, I give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to say Tosh supposed to have this defense performing like the last couple, especially with these injuries, etc. But when you calling plays like that goal line play, that's something I wouldn't do on Madden. I wouldn't do that on NCAA, not to mention in the real game. Go back and watch my film and see how Q Williams used to blow up them middles on the goal line. Whether teams trying to go in the goal line or get out the goal line, go look back and see how Q Dub used to blow that play up. And now we go move him out the middle to put Mac, undersized Mac, to run up on the center and move Q around the end like you even got time for all that. By the time all that even happened, the guy gonna be in the end zone, man. Like I said, the running game was working, but they were scoring too efficient to burn the clock running the ball. Same reason you can't bring in Jalen. For one, Tua ain't playing bad. Just 2 good plays by Clemson defense. Our defense the last 2 years probably could have brought us some time. This defense couldn't. They brought out new packages, new plays just for Bama. Stuff we never saw. What was our special plays? What was our new plays? What was our new wrinkles? We sent a blitz with Anthony Jennings, which is a linebacker, and they try to say that Trevor saw the same blitz that Tua didn't see. How stupid can you guys be? Tua got blitzed and sacked by a blindside cornerback, and he just so happened to not be looking that way. Trevor was looking the way of our blitz, and our blitz was a linebacker. Quit trying to create a story, trying to create the new best player in football when it's obviously Tua. Clemson just came way more prepared. Trevor did not have to go through what Tua went through tonight. Trevor stared at one receiver the whole night. It couldn't be any easier than it was for that freshman. And I never had anything bad to say against Trevor. I knew about him in high school. I know about him. You didn't see nothing from Trevor tonight. Trevor can really throw that thing. All he did tonight was deliver a perfect scheme by his coaches, which was attack our weak spot. I told y'all year in the videos where our weak spot was. I pleaded with Savion to get it right. I said, they coming for you. Go rewind the videos. I can't just go back and add words. It's already in there. It's documented. Trevor ain't did nothing special. He just capitalized on what his coaching crew had ready for him. Just like Clemson had us this game to where we could barely use our run game because the other team was running up the score. We had a lot of teams like that early this year. That's what saved our defense a lot. We put other teams in the same situation we was in this game a lot this year to where they couldn't even use their running game much. They had to try to play keep up with that number one offense. That's the same situation we went through tonight. The running game really didn't matter. So a lot of the deficiencies in our defense wasn't exposed a lot because we always had other teams' offense in bad situations. Our defense ain't just started struggling. We couldn't stop Georgia for a stretch either. Luckily, Georgia think like Coach Saban. Once you up, slow it down. Teams like Clemson, teams like Oklahoma, they don't slow down. We called some of the same plays we called all year during this game. I can look at the game and call a lot of Bama plays just because how we line up. Ask Coach Nitty, he'll tell you this. So I'm sure Clemson can too. I'm sure Clemson can come to the line and tell what we finna do sometimes based on our formation or what's our tendency. I know I can. And like I said, with a staff that's almost the same staff for the last 4 years studying the same team, they're familiar with us. We can't say the same about those guys. Only people at Alabama that's familiar with Clemson is the fans and Nick Saban. Everybody else damn near new. We got new starters on the field, new coaching staff. Only people that done seen Clemson for the last 4 years is the fans. Like I said about that defense, we just didn't have the defense that can allow us to make any mistakes. Clemson defense was playing good defense. Clemson forced us into 2 turnovers. But 2 turnovers don't mean that's the end of the world. As a matter of fact, all of the high-profile quarterbacks that threw 2 interception games still won their game. Kyler Murray threw 2 interceptions versus Texas Tech and still won. Will Grill threw 3 versus Kansas and won. Threw 2 versus Kansas State and won. Dwayne Haskins threw 2 interceptions versus Indiana and won. Gardner Minshew threw 2 interceptions versus Oregon, San Jose State, and won both. And he threw another 2 versus Washington, the only game that was lost so far out of these multiple interceptions. Oh, Justin over there, Oregon, threw 2 interceptions versus Arizona State and San Jose State and Bowling Green and won them all. The only difference is our defense couldn't stop nothing. We couldn't stop a crime if we had an eyewitness, 2 HD security cameras, a uniformed cop, and 2 detectives on the scene. Couldn't stop nothing. We couldn't force them into any mistakes. What was our picks? Trevor telegraphed every pass because he knew his man would get open. I'd seen number 12 tell his teammates it's his fault from Tua shaking him with his eyes. Trevor didn't have to fool no one with his eyes the whole night. If I'm lying, I'll buy your whole family dinner. That was our first game with 0 sacks or 0 turnovers since 2011. And speaking of quarterbacks with turnovers, let's not forget Kyler Murray threw us 3 if our defensive backs could actually catch the ball. 3 in our hands and dropped all 3 of them. But these 2 interceptions by Tua, now he the worst quarterback of all time. Man, get out of here. These guys throwing interceptions versus teams like San Jose State. 2 interceptions versus Indiana. Bowling Green. But Tua throw 2 interceptions versus the number 2 team in the nation that then came out with new defenses designed to try to fool him. And now he damn near the worst quarterback in the nation. Man, get out of here, man. The best quarterback in the nation is at University of Alabama. And all y'all did was stir up a monster. Because we'll be back. Ain't nobody's good game, Clemson. Not tripping on this loss. I wish we came better, gave you guys a better game. We have no excuses. I'm telling my fan base on why we got our ass kicked. Nobody saying y'all didn't play y'all game. Came extra prepared. Great game. We had no problem moving the ball on offense. We outgained Clemson the whole game and total yards until they had the ball on the last drive. We just couldn't capitalize at the end of drives. Tua wasn't the reason. Tua just couldn't save us again. That was the real problem. That's how you scheme a player like Tua. You prepare for him just like Peyton Manning. And that's how they got him on the second interception. The first interception, they just ready for it. Don't matter who throwing that ball. 2 interceptions is not the end of the game. Like I said, guys done threw 3 interceptions to way weaker opponents. Matter of fact, out of those top quarterbacks, everybody who threw in 2 interception games, they won each game except for 1. So 2 interceptions don't mean the end of the game when you still out there throwing rockets like that. He still had a higher percentage than Trevor Lawrence. He still threw for a higher completion percentage than Trevor Lawrence, even though Trevor Lawrence had the easiest game he's going to get of his career. Didn't have to even check down. Didn't have to go from one receiver to the next. Just call hike, sit there, wait for that guy to open up, and there you go. Look like a genius. Sit there, wait for that guy to open up, and there you go. It's too easy. Didn't have to check down one time. Like I said, I have no problem with that loss, which is a lie, but I'm cool with that. But one thing about it, I can still sit here and holler roll tide, meaning there's a good chance that my squad will be right back there in the thick of things next year with even more to prove, with a chip on our shoulder. Yeah, let's be focused. Now that we got the taste that Clemson had the year before, let us go with that same focus this year. Hopefully our players come in next year like they players was. Go through the whole season focused, looking like you've been sleeping in a film room, opposed to looking like you're sleepy from being on Instagram all night. I would love to see what Clemson's social media was like this year. I bet it was moderate, acceptable. We had players over here looking like they already in the NFL. But out here getting toe up on the field. But stars on Instagram. Unfocused. And it's showing on the field. So now that we got a bit of taste in our mouth, let's see what we do next year. They trying to write us off. That's cool. That's what they supposed to do. They need someone else to talk about. They saying we ruining college football. They live for a day like this. So before they get that crown up, let's go back and show them what's up. They trying to pass the torch. Let's go back and grab it with two hands. Bring that back to title time. With the trophy. Ain't no torch passing. We still reign supreme. We still running things. This still Alabama. We still the Crimson Tide. Another #1 recruiting class. SEC champions. Orange Bowl champions. Iron Bowl champions 2018. Hell of a year. One game short against a team that was well prepared. I take that. We'll be right back next year with the greatest coach of all time on the sidelines, with the greatest quarterback in Alabama history under center, and the unofficial voice of the Crimson Nation coming through your airways, hollering, roll tide. Coach P, a.k.a. John Doe, a.k.a. Coach Uce, Honorary Uso. One half of the unofficial assistant coaches. Shout out to Coach Nitty. Roll tide. We ain't going nowhere. The road to 18 continues now. Chee-hoo!